This is the first target that I did that was mobile, adjustable, in-grain target. I'll walk up to it and you can see how tall it is. But it's heavy and it's awkward and it's not adjustable, not very mobile, so I guess I shouldn't use those words. I'm going to take it into the shop and I'm going to show you how to make the legs adjustable. There's a little trick that will make it real easy for you that I really didn't show you before, and so I'll show you that. I'm also going to cut it down to be more equivalent to the size of the others, and that'll make it a lot lighter. The board there is a fence board, treated pine, 5.5 inches by 6 feet, and out of that I can actually get enough strips by ripping them. I'll show you how to do that, cutting them in half and ripping them, to cover up the metal on 4 targets. I'm going to walk up to it so you can get a sense of what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm going to move you up to it too. This is the fence board, $1.49. How about that? Cut it in half, and then I can rip it into 2 here, and then I can rip it into 2 down there, and that gives me enough lumber to cover up. Actually, I said 2 of these, but I got 2 of the targets, but I got 2 of these, so that's $3, and then I can get all 4. So I'll cover up the metal here, is what I'm talking about. And then the other thing is, which you can't see, but I'm going to come down here and cut the legs and readjust. Anyway, the rest of the video will be doing that, and then you'll see what the results look like in the end. This next part is going to show you how to do the cutting and putting together of the legs. I begin by cutting this piece off from this piece right here. You'll see that on the video. Then I'm going to drill holes here and here, which is 2 inches and 3 inches from the rod. Then I'm going to drill holes on the adjustable leg here and 5 inches down or 7 inches from the top here, and that will be for the connection. All holes drilled will be 1 3/4 inches from either side, which puts them in the center, and then otherwise as stated. And then I will attach the legs to the permanent, adjustable leg to the permanent hole with the bolt, and then and only then after the bolt is tightened will I drill. The video will explain this, I think, quite well. Okay, I did the one side, and now I'm getting ready to do the other side. I'm going to cut the leg off right here. This will be the permanent leg where my finger is down, and this is the permanent leg, pardon me, and then this is going to be the leg that is the adjustable leg. And I'm going to use a circular saw, which, by the way, you can use to cut your blocks. It almost goes all the way through. This one's only a 7.5 inch blade. Flip it over, you can go again, and if you're careful, you can get your cuts very, very good. You can also use a table saw if you know what you're doing. I mean, there's several ways to skin that cat. Anyway, let's just cut this piece off here. Okay, up at the top I'm going to cut off part of that, but you don't need to see all that. You'll see it when it's done, but just to show you how you draw your lines and do it. And now I have my 30-inch piece and my 14-inch piece, and we'll move on from there. Okay, now the problem with getting these legs where they're adjustable, what I did is getting the holes where they line up right. These are 2 different heights, so you can have the leg sit at this height, or you can have it sit down at this height, giving you 3 more inches. Of course, you can move it out of the way and then have it sit at this. So you have a total of 3 heights. Now I put that hole at 3 inches from here, and this is 3 inches more. I'm not putting any holes here because trying to get all the holes where they're all going to line up here is real hard for somebody that's as bad as I am at these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. This is the first hole, which will either go here or here, but I'm putting it here for now, maybe. And then I'll bolt it down, and then after I bolt it down, I'm going to put the drill and drill straight through this hole. This is the second hole to make it so it won't go back and forth, and that I know will be right because I've got this bolted down. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other one, so I'll show you in a second. So I now have this bolted down, and that makes this so it doesn't wiggle very much at all. And I've got it lined up, and I have my hand here anyway. And now I'm going to go put the second hole in. Make a little bit bigger. And I know that that's perfectly aligned up with the top hole, because I went right through the top hole, and as you can see, the bolt fits right in. Now I'm going to take this out and take this out, and I'm going to do it again. So you'll notice, here's the first hole. I took the bolt out and I put it in the second hole, the second first hole, so the leg is longer. And this hole, the second hole, is really about here. But now I'm going to do the same thing again to make sure it's exactly like I want it to be. Open it up a little bit. And as you see, the bolt will fit right in. Now what I've done is I've allowed myself to have it this height, which is about 3 inches higher, and then put it at this height, which is about 3 inches higher, and then take this one out and force it where I'm on this leg here, which puts it at about 14 inches above the thing. So I've got 3 levels here, whereas on the other one I did only had 2 levels. No big deal. But the thing you need to know is get this put in first before you drill through into this leg, and you'll always have it exactly like you want it. Otherwise, if you're like me, you just go crazy and whatever. The only thing left to do now is to put on the leg, or the brace for it to stand. I'm now going to take the brace and put it in. I've got the other brace in already. I measured 14 inches down from the top of the board to here, and then I'm going to put this at an angle. I'd like to have it totally matched up, but of course I won't. But I'm going to come here and set it what I think is reasonably close, and since with the way we're doing this and with the ground that we're on and everything else, I'm doing actually quite well. At least it's worked so far. So I've got a hammer to start this, and like I say, get it started, and then I come in with a bolt. Of course, it'd be good to have it at the right place, and then all I have to do is go around until it's bolted in, which of course, it's probably just taking me a second anyway. I might as well do it real quick. And once I've got this bolted in, and as you see, it's movable now, so both my braces can be moved back and forth. I also wanted you to notice right here how loose this looks. I put that backboard on, so if these blocks get loose, they'll be stopped, and I want to take it off, so I didn't put it in real tight. These blocks have been thrown at quite a bit, and they just haven't budged at all. It was only that one that I told you about with the pine that had 2 different batches that I had a problem. Anyway, that's it. I'll get the whole thing set up. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna put a target on it for you and show you how to do that too, maybe. Okay, I've got the target finished, and I'm getting ready to put the bullseye. I'm using the International Knife and Tomahawk Hall of Fame target. And what I did was, as you can see, I have a centerpiece here, and I used that to center it. And then I nailed the template down. And this template you can take apart by pulling the pieces out and put them in when you do your painting, which is what I'm going to do. And I like to use a paintbrush and regular. I push it down here so that it'll hold up, and I can start painting. Put the paint. See, it doesn't matter. I'm going to start at the end, and then I'm going to move into the center, which you'll see. But I use this just to, like I say, to paint it around, and I do 2 coats. Now I'm going to turn this off, and next time I turn it on, you'll see that it's done. But I do have the major part of the template nailed down. The white paint has dried, so I'm getting ready to put in the second step, and then after this I'll wait till it dries. So I put this in here. I line up the two black marks so I know this is exactly like it's supposed to be. And now with that in there lined up, I go back and still have the other pieces. Go back with a hammer and the paint. So I get some paint, hold this down, and I paint it. Same thing here. And of course, I'm going to take it all around, but I don't need to watch that. Okay, I'm now getting ready to put the very last one in, and then I will be able to pull everything off and we can look at the target. But again, I line up my line and make sure everything's fine there. And I get the paint and my trusty hammer, and away I go. And of course, as usual, you don't need to see me doing all of this, so I will turn you off and continue. Finally got the painting done. Boy, that's been tough considering it's been in the 30s all week and been raining the whole time. And now I'm going to pull it out so you can see it. Then I'm going to set it up, put the bar blocker boards on, and you'll see the whole thing set up. But let me pull this out for you. Let me come in here and pull out those two and pull out this one, and then I'll take that off and set it up so you can see the whole thing, and I'll give a final talk on it. Well, there it is, complete. Stand set up with the target on it. I go stand by it and see if you can hear me. I'll say a couple of quick words. Put the brace board up like I said I was going to, so hopefully this will protect the knife from ever hitting the metal. And I painted the target on, pretty sloppy, but like I say, it was cold and wet, and I just didn't do as good a job as I could have. And of course, the main thing was the legs. I've got it where we have 3 adjustments. Take the bottom screw out, and I can pop the leg back or forward and make it where it's 14 inches, or I can put it here at about 30, or I can put it down 3 more at about 33. Well, that's the completed project. Very mobile, as I said before. I hope that you enjoyed it, and maybe you'll make one. And I'll tell you what, I really like them. So there you go. Over and out.